guys, happy Monday. I'm going to check to make sure I'm in the right group, but give me a thumbs up or a heart emoji or something, or just say hey so I know that you can hear me. I am in the right group. All right, here we go. So I want to bring up my notes here quick, actually. Right there. Okay. So it's a little later. We are going to switch up the time that I do these on Mondays now because my daughter has started hockey. So you're going to see me a little later in the night, but that's okay. Here we are. So I'm going to share today on the all in, all out mindset. And mindset is my favorite thing. This is the most life-changing thing at work that I've done in the last year and a half. But the all in, all out mindset work is kind of the number one thing that I'm able to kind of stick with. And when I'll kind of share like examples I've done, but it basically helps you break down things in your life that you're going to run into because life is busy, school is busy. There's so much going on, whether you have kids or not, animals, holidays, like everything coming at you. This will help you stick to your goals, stick to things that you have at home, projects, work, different things going on. So the all in all mindset is basically when something happens and you commit to it. Okay, so you go from like 0 to 60 on a project, a health journey, finances, a budget, some goal or some kind of habit. Okay, so you start it. Typically, it started on a Monday, so we'll work on that. But you start it and you're like all in. You are gonna do this. You've done this before, but you're gonna rock it this time. Okay. Well, then something happens. You're committed, and then life happens. A kid gets sick. You go on vacation, there's holidays, you're traveling, different things like that, and then you miss a day, and then pretty soon you miss 2 days, and then you miss 3, and then 4, and then finally you're like, whatever, it wasn't meant to be, all out. So you were 0 to 60 all in, and then all of a sudden something happened, and you're out, you're done, not committed anymore, wasn't meant to be, whatever you tell yourself, you're just done. So it could have been a nutrition plan, a workout program, waking up early, meal prepping, are kind of nutrition things. Maybe it was keeping your house tidy and organized. Maybe it was keeping your fridge clean, like just all different things, different goals. Maybe it was keeping a tight schedule, or having kind of planned out, always being ahead of your plans as far as school plans. Maybe you're a month, 2 months ahead. Something happens and pretty soon it's pretty much day by day or week by week. Okay, so what happens when you do the all in, all out mindset? It kills your belief in yourself. So your mind recognizes it as like, oh, you did it again. Like when you say you're going to do something, pretty soon your mind doesn't really believe that you're going to stick to it, that you're going to be able to make it happen. It's kind of like, here we go again, like been there, done that, didn't work, here we go again. We say we want these things, like you say you want this, but then you're doing this. Like that's what your brain is thinking. Like you're saying you wanting this, but then you're doing this. Like then you're doing that. You're not doing it. You say you want to wake up early, but then you're hitting the snooze button. You say you want to eat healthy, but then you're not meal planning and you're picking up fast food. You say you want to be ahead in your work, your planning, scheduling, but then you're not taking the time to do it. So it kills belief in yourself that you can actually do it and that you're going to stick to it. It also lowers your confidence when you do this, okay? So how does it affect your life? So your health journey, you're following it. This is kind of what I've done. So if I'm saying you, it's like me talking to myself because I've been there, done that, okay? Not going back. So you're following a plan to the T. You are waking up early. You're exercising daily. You are sticking to your programs. You're checking all the boxes. You're doing amazing. Pretty soon, you're up in the middle of the night. You're up all night because the kids are sick, or you're just not feeling well. So for me, it was like we were busy one night or one day, and then I had a Crohn's flare, and then I was up all night. I didn't sleep good, and pretty soon the morning comes around. I snooze the alarm because I didn't get much sleep, or the kids were sick and I was up all night, so I snooze it. And then it kind of snowballs effect. Okay, so if I wake up in the morning, that's when I kind of do my personal development. That's when I do my mindset work. That's when I do my workouts. I kind of prepare myself for the day, right? Well, if I'm not waking up early, I'm not doing those things. And if the day is busy, like it always is, I don't really have them scheduled throughout the day. I don't have the time now to do a 30 to 45-minute workout. I don't have the time to sit down and write in my journal 20 minutes like I always want to do. Pretty soon, I'm not doing those one day. And then I didn't get it done that day. I just skipped it. And then the next day comes around, same thing. I'm out of the habit. I'm not doing it. Okay? You skip 2 to 3 to 4 days, you're done. Quit. And then weeks later or months later, you figure out, oh, dang it. I haven't been doing that thing. I got out of the habit. Well, the main thing when it comes to your all in, all out mindset, if you're feeling this, if you're feeling overwhelmed, the main thing is you need to slow down. Okay? So instead of stopping, you need to slow down. Instead of skipping whatever you're committed to, your goal, your project, instead of skipping it completely, slow down. So instead of doing 30 to 40 minutes of exercise, if we're traveling, if we're doing whatever, like we're doing traveling hockey now, if I don't have my equipment, well, instead of doing a 30 to 40 minute workout, do a 10-minute. That tells your brain that you still did it. Your mind is like, yes, still committed. It wasn't 30 to 40 minutes. Your brain doesn't know the time. It's fine. It just knows it as up, checking the box, done. Okay? So you want to set a bare minimum that tells your brain that you still did it. Even if it wasn't your ideal goal workout, wasn't your ideal time. Instead of 40 minutes, it was only 10. Your mind doesn't know that. It just sees it as, yep, done. So you want these habits to stick, right? So whether it's the healthy habits or just little habits at home that you want to clean up the house and keep it tidy. Well, it's little things that you need to do consistently, not just once or twice or 3 times a week. So if you want these habits to stick, you want these goals to happen, they won't compound if you're only doing them intermittently. Okay? So doing things intermittently will not compound into a long-term habit or continued growth. If you are just doing it here or there, your body's not going to your mind is not going to get used to it. It's not going to become a habit. It's not going to stick around long-term. It's just going to be a all in, all out kind of thing. Okay? So your homework is, and I'll put this in the comments, your homework is to create a bare minimum. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few examples and then we'll bring it back to why. Okay, so in health, so what I've done, I shared one, my bare minimum is if I cannot get my scheduled workout in the 30 minutes, usually it's like 30 to 40 minutes are mine, but if I can't get those in, I'm going to do 10 minutes of movement. Whether that is jumping jacks, sit-ups, push-ups, crunches, going for a walk, like just a 10-minute walk, doing the stairs, like in the house here. If I can't get the 30 to 40 minute, do 10 minutes, okay? Nutrition. We all ideally, we want to eat 3 to 4 nutritious meals a day. We want to have healthy choices. We want to have all the healthy foods around us and available. That doesn't always happen, okay? Maybe, like I said, kids were sick. You didn't get to your grocery pickup or you didn't get out and get your groceries. You're traveling. You are not feeling motivated to cook because you've been busy. There is conferences and you just didn't get meals planned like you would want to. Okay. life happens. Don't get overwhelmed with it, okay? So you didn't get your 3 to 4 healthy meals in your day. You didn't get it planned. Just maybe your bare minimum is to commit to 1 serving of vegetables, okay? And that may seem like, what? Like, that's it? Well, once again, you're telling your brain, your mindset around it is not, oh, I can't do it 100%. I'm not going to do it at all. 10% effort is better than 0%, okay? 100% is perfect. Nobody's perfect. Sometimes it happens as far as like 100% on your nutrition one day. Not often, okay? So 10% effort is better than 0% effort. So go for your 1 serving of veggie in a day. Business wise, so this is what I use I build a business outside my daily life, at home. So my idea for business, and you're going to have to kind of think about like your work, if you're doing a side gig or whatever, this will relate with that. But if it's like your actual work, grading papers or whatever you have going on at school, if your goal is to maybe get to work an hour early or 30 minutes early and get something done, that's your goal, okay? Something happens, doesn't happen, don't quit. Maybe you lower expectations to you have 15 minutes instead of a half hour, or you have 15 minutes instead of an hour. So mine is like 2 hours focus time. I want 2 hours a day focus time on my business. That does not happen very often with children at home and working from home, and our busy schedule and traveling. So I lower my expectations to just connecting with 5 people versus the 20 people, so maybe it's 20 minutes of work versus 2 hours. Housework works really well. If you live in a house, this relates to you. You do not have to be a stay-at-home mom or dad. If you live in a house, you can do this. Okay, so if your goal is to keep a tidy house, everything in its place, the floors vacuumed, the counters wiped down, the dishes all clean, laundry put away, not stacked in laundry baskets, check out my post that I just did today and you'll probably get a kick out of it. That's kind of how my life goes. But if that's your goal, is to have a tidy house and everything I just said, maybe your bare minimum is that dishes are done. Or maybe your bare minimum is that beds are made. Maybe your bare minimum is at least the toys are picked up. Maybe you didn't get to vacuuming or sweeping, but the toys are not all over the floor. You're not tripping over them, okay? When your life is a mess and you're not reaching your goals and you're skipping even the bare minimums, you feel like a failure and then you do nothing. You feel stressed out. You feel overwhelmed and then you're beating yourself up, okay? So another one is like relationships. So mine is specifically as a mom. When we're go after school. Chloe's at school all day. She's my 10-year-old. My ideal day would be to like have all this time with her. So when she is gone at school and then we have hockey practice after school for 2 hours and we're just go. My bare minimum is to shut off the radio in the car and have a conversation in the car in between drop-ups, pickups and drop-offs. So that's my bare minimum. I know talking in the car is very, very important. We have a set time. It's in and out, go. But that's my bare minimum, is to talk in the car and ask her how school went or what she's excited for and just have a conversation versus just listening to the radio. So instead of throwing out the habit and doing nothing, at least set a bare minimum to stay committed. So I want to hear your bare minimums in this post. Type them out. Whatever examples you have, what your goal is and what your bare minimum will be. Your brain loves commitment. When you are committed, it is telling your brain that you did it. It's so excited. It's going to reward you with energy and fulfillment, and you're going to feel empowered. And then it's going to make you want to do more action the next day because you are building your confidence. So action creates confidence, which creates energy. So when you have energy, when you do something, you feel on top of the world, your brain is going to be like, tomorrow I'm going to make more time. I'm going to find the time to do it and do it again, commit to it, even if it's committing to the bare minimum, okay? But your body is going to love you. Your brain is going to be so stoked. Tomorrow you're going to find more time to do it. When you decide to skip it, that's when you're telling yourself, like you're telling your brain that it's no longer important to you, and your brain is not going to find the time to do it. It's going to tell you again, like, oh, I don't believe in you. You said you were going to do it. You didn't do it. You're in and out. You're 100% in, 100% out. You're telling yourself and you're telling your brain not to believe in you anymore, that you can make this happen, that you can make this goal happen, that you can make this habit happen, all of this. So do not shut your brain down and tell yourself no, okay? So I did take notes here. I just want to make sure I got them all. Morning routine. Yeah, like I said, workout, wake up, at least get your workout in 10 minutes, read one verse in the Bible versus a half hour. Oh, so I'm going to leave you with this. The tough days, the tough days when you're not feeling up to it, when you're feeling down, those are going to be harder to say yes to you than the good days, okay? And when you are saying yes to you on those hard days, those are the days, those are the things that are going to push you, that are going to help you work towards your goals. Because it's easy to say yes to yourself and push for your goals. It's easy to do the things that you want to do when you're feeling like it, when you have motivation, when you have the energy to do it, when everything is working out. It's the tough days when there's unexpected things happen, or you're not feeling well, or a kid gets sick, or maybe your car breaks down, or you're running late to work. I had a late drop off with my kid this morning, and I was like, I could let this ruin my day, the rest of my day, or I could just be like, hey, it happens, and move forward. And that's what I did. But on the way, when I was dropping him off, I'm like, oh, we're running late. Oh my gosh, like he's going to get to school. He's going to be overwhelmed with that. That was just overwhelming myself. So the hard days, the days when there are unplanned things happen, are the days that you need to push harder to make this work, so that you are telling your brain, I can do hard things. Hard things were happening. It was almost impossible. It felt almost impossible, but I did it. Even if it wasn't 100%, I did it. Okay? And your brain is going to be like, I believe in you. You got this. And your confidence is going to raise. Your motivation is going to rise. Go on the rise. You are going to have more energy, and you're going to be more proud of yourself that you did it, even if it was the bare minimum. Okay? So, in the homework, or in the comments, write down your homework. What are some goals that you have, and what are your bare minimums? All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. See you guys Monday.